You know what it is? It's the one and only the Professor L live at the LAB live on Team GRF TV, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on. Yo, come on, we need to get in the classroom. This is an emergency classroom session. Like, come on, everybody, get up in here, in your seats. Make sure to get them lab coats nice to you. Make sure you are nice and sterile. Stay away from the L experience because if you catch one of them L's, ain't nothing we can do for you. But yo, eyes on the board, asses in seats. Kamen Rider build, episode number 15, judging Sento Kiryu. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Like, this is something that anybody who paid attention knew from the jump that was really good. It made too much sense for it to not be that. But before we get into that, like, I just want to, talk about the rest of the episode in general, because the rest of the episode was just as crazy. It's like we still got a hero right now in a crisis in his own head. Even though this episode really didn't touch on that much, it's hard not to sit up here and not talk about and understand what's going on in Sento's mind, what's going on in Ryuga's mind, about the information that they've learned and that they've understand, because we got a piece of that information right from the beginning of the episode. I'm like, yo, young OG young, I'm an astronaut Eisen sat up here and snitched on the Gray Squad. Gray Squad, they run up and nothing. They sit up here, they knocking over stuff. I'm like, man, y'all sit up here knocking over a coffee shop. Like, I understand what's downstairs in the coffee shop, but they went in there and they wrecked the place. Like, sitting up here, like, one dude gun butted a table. I'm like, the table's an inanimate object, bruh. Like, you didn't really have to gun butt the table, but you did gun butted the table. It's like, it seemed that boy Gentoku, aka Night Road leader of the Gray Squad, had some intel about what was going on. And of course, if he had some intel about what was going on, of course you know who he got it from. But yet, indeed, and still, that part was funny when he went to the refrigerator and looked in there. It was some meat in there. Like it's some meat. I think it was like some cheese in there. I think it was some yogurt. Yogurt. Been a while since I've had yogurt, but yogurt. Anyway, the point is that right now, is that everything that we understand about this show is in like this weird disarray. And right now, that's what we need as an audience. We need the show to be in disarray as it reforms into what's coming next. And with the introduction of all of this information this episode gave me, you see the nucleus starting to come together. It's like they gonna need a new hideout. Like they tried the abandoned building where, you know what I'm saying, where Pepsi Man Ryder kicked a man, and it was just like, we know at the end that didn't work. So they need a new underground hideout, and ASAP. In other news, because this is a show that is about toys, selling toys to children like you, is we got I tried to figure out how to pronounce this correctly before I turned the mic on. I think it's pronounced Sklash, like S-Clash, like Sklash, right? The Sklash driver. It's like, I may have seen a toy scan of what this is, and we know that's how that boy Banjo Ryuga is gonna get his second form. I have no idea what this means for Sento Kiryu, quote unquote. I don't really think that he gonna get away from the original transformation trinket. I don't remember in history that a rider, wherever since they introduced collectible transformation trinkets, that a rider completely tossed away their first rider belt or whatever and got a whole brand new one to do new things with it. Like, usually secondary riders do that, and I'm sitting up here thinking, like, are there even any secondary riders that even like said like, well, I got a form now and now I don't? Because in my head I was like, Elaine sama, but like, that's not really the taste. But all I wanted to say was Tengon Necrom. I'm like, yo, that builder was so dumb, and it was one of the builders I really wanted to buy, but I was poor when Ghost was out, so I didn't get it. But I just like Tengon Necrom. But I cannot think of a rider, like ever since they introduced transformation trinkets and like, well, technically transformation trinkets, like they existed, but it really didn't get really crazy until we got to Decade. So like I seriously cannot think of a rider who traded their rider belt for something else to get a new transformation, to get a new form in general, period, to last them the rest of the series. So I don't really think Sento is going to be getting away from full bottles, but full bottles will be evolving and changing as the show go on. And we got the glass jellies too. That's the gel and stuff that they sit in there. I'm like, wait a minute. I got it. I just figured out who is technically who I'm talking about. We got Miss Suzanne. We got Miss Suzanne and Uncle Jesse. Because technically they traded regular Warren drivers for energy drivers. So technically that's a rider tossing away a form and then getting another form via a different belt. And technically, cause I'm trying to think, did Kaito got a belt too. He got it for Melon Energy Arms. So yeah, not Melon Energy Arms, but I forget what was his energy arms. I can't even think of it. Because I know it was something generic and basic, but he held that for a while and was bouncing back and forth until he turned it to his Overlord form. But we getting off topic because I was just digging in my own head about that. But shout out to Michi and Uncle Jesse putting in work even when you ain't putting in work. I will say this though. That scene between OG Young Eisen and swimming pools, that hurt my feelings, dog. That hurt my feelings because the thing is the show hasn't really stated like how in the dark Masora is about what's up with her daddy. She knew at the end of that scene he was lying about something, but I don't know if Sento or that boy Banjo Yuga sat up her and told her the truth about what's really going on. And it's like, I said this last week, trying to find a place for Masora in the show at this point is that she like the mascot, right? Like she the mascot of the show now because it's like your own daddy, warped by Pandora's box, used you to purify all those full bottles. And now it's like, what do you do? I'm like, the thing is, and I'm like, I'm finna completely like go off the meter with this. But I need y'all to rock with me. I just got a feeling that Masora is going to become the Calamine of the show. It's like, if anybody has watched Digimon Tamers with Best Girl Rika and Best Digimon Ever Renamon, because they are the greatest, and if you don't believe we can have a night fight, that she is going to become the Calamine of the show. That something in her with the power to purify full bottles, even though that her technical cast is complete, a form that Sento is going to have something to do with her unlocking her full potential or something. I guarantee it. I guarantee that's a thing that's going to happen. You can take me on the bet if you want to. I'm like, in other news, I'm like, even in what happened, I got to give it up to my boy Himuro Gentoku, aka the leader of the Gray Squad. I'm like, this dude so psycho. This dude used his own daddy. He said, hey, yo, daddy, yo, call up the homies, man. Hello, may I speak to Sento Kiryu? This is Sento. Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, this Gray Squad daddy. I need y'all to bring that box to my house, man. He didn't mean to leave it over there when y'all had that slumber party, but I need y'all to bring it back. I need y'all to bring back Pandora's box because y'all sat over there all night playing Nintendo games. but regardless of that, like, this dude used his own daddy. That ultimately come back to backfire on him. But again, like, I'm just sitting up here just dipping and diving around because I'm just trying to get to the point, right? Is that it was just a usual episode of Kamen Rider Fire. It's like, I really don't legitimately believe that Sento and that boy Banjo Yuga brought Pandora's box to a hospital. Even when the prime minister like bring the Pandora's box to the hospital because my son spent the night over there and left it over there on accident. It's like that don't make logical sense. Like, and I will honestly say this. Honestly, when that call came to Sento, I thought that was Japanese big worm for half a second. I swear, like, yo, I was sitting up here preparing a joke for this, like, how Japanese big worm get Sento's number? But then you realize he's Japanese big worm, so it's like, hey, Japanese big worm, right? So I'm just trying to sit up here and understand the logic of all this. It's like having that boy Gentoku, aka Night Road, leader of the Gray Squad, just out there, just sitting up here doing work, because I wanted to get to this point, like, right now. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, where do I want to insert this? Because it's time for Trope Land with the one and the only Triple G.O.D, right? Look, here's the thing, right? Remember a couple episodes ago, that boy Banjo Ryuga got that cross-head dragon, oh, wake up, baby! And sat up here, and Night Rogue sat up here and just did the straight favor, like, yo, I pass this on to you. We fast forward 5 episodes, and Banjo Ryuga gets that work. And I mean, get this work by Gentoku Himuro sits up here and dirty works this food. And I'm just sitting up here like, for real? But that's also for what you get for not letting him implicate himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was finna sit up here and tell everything. I'm finna tell everything. Like, yo, win, lose, or draw, I'm about to tell it all, pimp. But then you run out there, my girlfriend, I'm mad because you set me up for murder. Dragon. Shake. Punch your dude in the chest. Except Gentoku sit up here, hit the Matrix on this fool. And I'm like, why? How? Huh? Like, for real, like, he sat up here and hit into the Matrix on this fool. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Well, but it's Gentoku Himuro, leader of the Gray Squad. So don't nothing surprise me. He sat up here, I got bat wings. Like, I am Batwing from Batman, and I'm about to whoop your bad ass. What up, punk? And sits up here and gives Banjo Ryuga the business. The business. Gives him the business. And I'm just like, Kamen Rider. That's all you can really say. Kamen Rider. Like, why that boy Banjo Ryuga get that business? Kamen Rider. That's all it is. Regardless, I've been sitting up here having fun, ducking and dodging around the point. The truth finally came out. After Sento, of course, turned into Pepsi Man and hit him with that Pepsi kick, and Santa was like, but it's like that fight was crazy simply because of, it's like, I'm like, I didn't know that was your homie like that, dog. I ain't know you missed my. This is for my homies. This is for my homies. Well. See you when I get there. On that Kamen Rider. On that Kamen Rider. It's your boy. Why he Rider kick me? Because it's your boy. We got his back. It's your boy. We got his back. Off the dome, son. Off the dome. It's your boy the God, son. Look, he was sitting there like, yo, he was sitting there beating up Sento people. Let me tell you about my best friend. He's the devil scientist who will love you to the end until he changed his identity and lost his memory. But his name is Takumi Tasaragi. But it's Sento. But it's Sento. But yeah, but see that whole next part, ain't no reason to explain. He just walked up to him like, yo, this who you is, player. And it's like, you say what now? How, why? I don't get this. But I do. The answer you're looking for is Kamen Rider. That's always the answer. It's like, you know, the whole gift of the Speed Force, I ain't gotta explain nothing. Kamen Rider. Anything in a Kamen Rider show that just happened so dumb, and you just like, You say what now? Kamen Rider. Because this is what this was. This was an episode of Kamen Rider right now. Because when the dude who whooped you 5 episodes ago jobs in 20 seconds, Kamen Rider. You the dude who created the drivers that you've been using while Sosuke Aizen little cousin sitting up here tricking his own daughter to purify these full bottles because I'm a real gangster. Kamen Rider. When the lord of a show is a dude I invented named Japanese Big Worm, Kamen Rider. When your first super form is Pepsi Man, Kamen Rider. When the new name of your driver is the Splash, Kamen Rider. If your name Banjo Ryuga and you mad about your dead girlfriend getting set up for murder and then you ruin the plan that Sento planned out, Kamen Rider. Masora's so cute. That's just Masora. That's why I call her swimming pools. On the main, living your life in bottles. I was in a dark room, loud tones. See, now I don't need to get on that Kendrick because I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick and Childish Gambino lately. Do not ask me. I'm like, I went back and listened to them old Childish Gambino albums. I'm like, yo, shout out to that boy Young Glover. He's sitting up here getting the money. Where in Atlanta at? Like, yo, paper boy, all about that paper boy. Like, yo, look. This episode was extra stupid. And you want to know what? I'm glad this episode was extra stupid. This gives me a reason to watch this show. A reason to watch this show, enjoy this show, love this show, and everything that has to do with the show in general, because the answer always is Kamen Rider. I'm like, well, for real, like, this whole twist, like, we knew that from, I'm like, I kind of knew that from the jump. We all did. Like, you suspected, and then slowly but surely you looked around, and then that episode when they went to Takami's house and stuff, and his mama sat up her and cooked them on some cheese whiz and some crackers, and you're like, this is my son's favorite, you want some? Yeah, I want to eat that, yum, 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 yum. Yeah, we knew. It was what it was. It is what it is. That's what it was. Kamen Rider. Yo. Another episode of Kamen Rider build in the books. This show murdering stuff. And it's like, I appreciate it. Like, yo. Me and Ryan Bomber just had a little back and forth, like a little one question back and forth of just trying to understand, because we watch so much of this stuff. This show had a for real opportunity to take what it was that it builded. We'll go building. I don't know. Pick a verb tense, fool. Is that this show was building something, pun intended. And it was like always in the back of my head that at any moment this could fall apart. Like, I know people who tune into this stuff, you have absorbed as much Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman, name a Toku, where you see that, yo, I got a feeling, bruh, that this might fall apart, dog. And that point where this show could have completely and utterly fell apart, this show stepped up. And this was another episode of this show stepping up, doing what it needs to do to keep you engaged. Because, see, here the truth is, real talk. I'm glad the show is getting this out the way. I'm glad that we not waiting to episode 48 to say, oh, Sento Kiryu, Takami Kasaragi. Ooh, what a mystery. No, get it out the way now. Let this be understood. I'm like, I don't know if you finna turn this into some emu parrot stuff. If that's what you want to do, I don't know. But I want the show to do something with whatever it is that they are building. Pun intended once again. Whatever it is that you building with this mystery, because again, just like Ryan Bonner said, he sat up here like Tomio T. Like, yo, that's what it is. Like, this show gives you enough to make you want to come back. They give you enough of the dope rock to be, I need some more dope rock next week. Please, man, master, may I have some more? Just like that. Just like it give you enough, it answer all of your questions, but it's not sitting up here leaving you in a lurch. I could name that show, Kamen Rider Ghost, that sat up here and had everything it needed to be a classic show, and it just fell apart. I'm like, my time away from this show, indeed, it's a decent watch, but I would warn people like, yo, you may sit up here and see where this show is actually going, and you may not want to finish the ride. You may just want to jump off the train, blow up the train while you jumping off, but just for dramatic effect to just be, I'm gonna go do something else. It just is what it is. It's like, this show has proven to me 15 episodes in, ain't no more questions. This show got what it takes to go the distance. Now, what distance that is, we don't know yet. Because again, right now, we are in a mystical and magical position of them sitting up here like wrapping up all this stuff. And while you wrapping up old stuff, you got the splash jellies, Muppet babies, or something, I don't know. But you got this in the mix. Like, you sit up here and you want to sit up here and you want to solve the mystery of who is Sento Kiryu, because you gotta wonder. I'm like, what did that name Fat Boy called him? Taro Sato. Is that even for real? Who hired this guy? Like, questions. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. What I've been talking about for episode after episode. When you learn something new, it makes you question every single thing you ever heard. When we found out the truth that we already knew, that boy young Aizen was the true Aizen of the Aizens of the Aizens of the Aizen weren't air Aizens, because I am Lord Bloodstock. You had to sit up here and question every single thing that man ever did, ever said, in front of Sento, in front of Ryuga, in front of Miss Swimming Pools Masori, you cutie pie. Question everything. And here we are again with this revelation that, yeah, the thing we knew was the truth. So, what is it that we have to question? Why are we questioning this? How did this even happen? Was this done on purpose? Because, see, these are questions I got now. Is that we sitting up here in a world where, coincidences don't exist, right? So, let's sit up here like, yo, rap with your boy real quick before we get up out of here, because this is going to be just something I'm just going to leave out there in the ether in the streets, right? Let's think about this for a second. Let's remember how this all started in the first place, given our timeline of Kamen Rider build. We got that boy Bloodstock, aka Young Eyes, and Soichi Izarugi. You found Sento Kiryu and you convinced your daughter that, you don't want to purify bottles for the bad guys, but here's the good guy. Was Takumi in on this? I don't know what the plan was. Wipe my memory, cuzzo, and then pick me up out here in the rain and turn me into a superhero, and then I'm going to Rider kick things to death. I want you to set up this other dude, because, you know what I'm saying, he like a karate boxer, he like fighting MMA or something, like, Ronda Rousey beat his ass once, but I don't know. Look, so get this fool too, and then let him sit up here and shake a bottle a whole bunch, and then punch dudes in the chest, and then we gonna get him a dragon form, and it's gonna be all good. It's this Asian girl, she gonna come through, Japanese Lois Lane, right? She gonna sit up here and snitch the Big Worm, but Big Worm gonna betray her and all this. Oh, that dude get Toku, that's my fan, that's my ace bone, man, that dude go way back. We smoke weed together, right? But that's my ace. Don't let him know what's going on until it's time to let him know what's going on, though, fam. Swear to God on my mama. Tell my mama I love cheese whiz and crackers, my nigga. I love it. And tell him when I come through they back there to go back to my old hood, make sure I got them cheese whiz, them crackers, and that Kool-Aid on deck on my mama when you tell that, oh, my mama. Oh, and by the way, urge me to sit up here and continue to do this thing in my head, even though I'm not doing this thing in my head, and now I have the power of Pepsi Man. This is the show. This is the show that we watch. Do you understand the words that just come out of my mouth? This is Kamen Rider Build. This show we love, this show we watch, and this show that has so many more questions to answer. This show, I believe this show got what it takes, because We episode 15 and the plot ain't done nothing in its pants, so I think we might be okay. I think it might be safe to come out our hidey holes and celebrate this as a good Rider show. Maybe. I don't know. Look, internet, I'm gonna turn this into a video. I want to thank y'all for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on live on the LAB, live on TGRF TV, the one and only Professor aka Professor L, aka the one and only Triple the G.O.D. Yo, recess, cause we done too much. Scat, skittles, kabobble, recess, lab coats, and cubby holes. Make sure you are nice and sterile. Have fun at lunch, but don't let like we had a thing yesterday, somebody sneezed in somebody else's lunch, and now some mama wants to sue the school. I don't have nothing to do with that, but I just want to let you know, protect your lunch. Protect your lunch. Be careful. Watch out for those L experiments. We're still working on those. Somebody came in here last period, they caught them a major L. They trip and they fell and they bust their head and it's like L's all over the place. We had to go take them to a secret laboratory because we got to cure them L's. We're trying here, but I'm glad we got a live experiment. Don't tell anybody that. But yo, one of them Triple the G.O.D, aka Professor L, live in the LAB, live on TGRF TV. I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on. Thank you, Kamen Rider Bill, thank you for being Kamen Rider Bill. Excuse me. That I appreciate that. But as usual, Team GRF and the one and only Triple the G.O.D. cross Kamen Rider Bill. Shake that up real nice. Team GRF, Kamen Rider build, best match. Are you ready? I'm not sure they are, but we'll find out. Until next time, man. Peace out.